Good afternoon, Professor Teodolo, who speak to you, the student Bruce Lanham here. In this opportunity, I'll talk about Mel Manual, a minimal equipment list. Well, we know what the use of the Mel Manual or the principal use of this manual is based mainly on the operational mind and airworthiness requirements of the airplane. As you know, these duties items require that each element that is one aboard in the aircraft is performing in the function optimally. On the other hand, however, due to various levels of redundancy of the design of the aircraft, under certain conditions, an acceptable level of safety can be maintained with specific items of equipment for a limited period time until can be made. Has analyzed in general, all the equipment is working at the moment on the flight, but not all of them of the is at but not all the equipment is necessary for the performance of the aircraft and is play an indispensable function. So that in the case of doing any damage or for being operative, they do not represent any risk for the aerial operation. Allowing to fly. On another hand, there are others problems with the. Well, this list might vary depending of the operation performed. Well, for example, if it over to the sea or not. And Tuesday for transatlantic flight, the mail can indicate as indispensable some item that um, that for a continental flight, or the mail can as indicate is indispensable some item that for to fly. It's not that the only crucial water for a couple of hours. At the same time, mail includes in the content can indicate a see or a list of systems what contain the aircraft. No. Um, the mail basically or contain a list of systems that do not affect operation of the airplane. Um, but together they can put it at risk. But therefore is determined that the previous revision of the aircraft and the mail contributed to guarantee the operational safety of the aircraft. It is important to mention that the difference between MML or master mail and mail. Well, the difference is the master mail. There's a piece of this is for certain type of the aircraft, but the mail only mail the minimum equipment list is for well the mail we will list of the equipment and system are actually installed of the day particular aircraft, right? And we'll take into account any regulation additional to specific which an equipment should be on board due to the nature of the operation. It is important to mention that this is up of the operator develop operational in letter O and maintenance letter M procedures. And on the other hand, the maximum time which the aircraft can be operated is given in intervals. It's four categories: A, B, C, and D. Well, in which the operative element must be rectified the component damage. And for example, the category A. For example, I repeat, in the category A. In this category, the no don't exist a specific time. It is not specific, and the elements of this category will be rectified according to the condition established on the MML in the master. Category B. In this category, they will be rectified the component damage or change the component within three calendar consecutive days, excluding the day of the event, right? Then we have the category C. The category C is basically contain within 10 days 10 days 10 days calendar, excluding the day of the event. Finally, in the category letter D, finally in the category D, in this category, they will be rectified the component damage in waiting 120 days calendar consecutive, right? Well, we have an example for the deferred item. For example, the standby indicator is false, and we need a flight we need flight, but we don't have the standby horizon indicator because it's damaged. Well, in the mail indicates what this component is the category B and is deferred. The number installed in the airplane. The airplane have 1, and the number required for dispatch is 0. It indicates what this element is deferred in the category B. The category B is 3 days, 3 calendar days, excluding the day of the event. Well, again, we have remarks or sections. We read this: might be operative provided, operation are conducted, and the MVC and the operation are not conducted if no forecast over the top conditions. Well, is a number installed, required interval number B is 3 days, and this component is deferred. Okay. Well, we have the deferred maintenance item. Well, when equipment is deferred, we check this form and then collocate the register, the loop number, the item, and due date. The reason is the item of the component and the category. In this case, it's the category B, and the address 34. In the report, you write the description of the plug of the problem, and the component is unoperative, the station of the aircraft, in this case is Lima, and the date of the event, and the site license of the technical and the inspector. You mark the sticker installed and the component what we use, and the material requirement. In this square you collocate the part number of the component. In this part number you need the IPC, and the IPC say the part number of the component, and the requirement is maintenance or operation. In this case is the of maintenance, letter M. Well, then we have go to the corrective actions. For the description of the corrective actions, you need first the AMM, the maintenance manual for the procedures for the remove and install and test of the equipment, right? You describe the solution and collocate the reference in the station. In the station Lima, in the date of do the work, and the sign of license, and the inspector and the technical. If your sticker removed, you check yes. Then we go to the maintenance logbook. In this square you collocate the problem, and then in this square you describe the problem and you describe only the solution and the reference of the maintenance manual. You collocate the problem was resolved according to the reference, and the component was testing according to in the reference of the testing, and you collocate the data, the work order, and your last name, your firm, the station, and the firm of the inspector, right? Well, with respect to the deployment analysis made of the laboratory, and the procedure is consisting the procedure of the procedures to identify if an element is deferable or not according to the use of the Mel Manual. The Mel Manual was based in the importance of executing a correct process or filling out forms and establishing procedures to continue with operation of an aircraft. Another component. Taking into account acceptable level of safety, in addition, the minimum equipment master list is an MMEL It's which a list of equipment determined by the designing state aeronautical authority. Well, which might not be operational under certain operating conditions, which provide an acceptable level of safety. While the MEL is the manual prepared according to the content of the MAL on the Master Minimum Equipment List. This document will be applied only and exclusively to type and model of aircraft. All right. This is the main reason that all tasks have a certain time limit, so complete with the action of the maintenance manual, right? Or maintain or right. Well, it's the maintenance actions required of the component, right? Change, repair, or okay. Well, these interval times are divided in four intervals. Is A, B, C, and D. A is a interval time standard, is not specific. B 3 days calendars. C is 10 consecutive days, and D is 120 days, calendar days, right? In conclusion, with the respect of the profit and processing and next interpretation of the results with respect to the main objective of this laboratory, um, which is the familiarization with the Mel Manual. It was determined that it is important to perform optimally with filling of the formats, right? Either as a deferred component or as a component maintenance, according to according to this, the correct interpretation of the information shown in the manual now. All right, which use the time categories for the performance of routine maintenance tasks. Everything mentioned is based on a primary objective, which ensures the operation of the aircraft while it is in flight. Right? It's all for this. Thank you for listening.